When did you last feel genuinely joyful? Not happy. Happy is a mood, something that happens to you when circumstances cooperate. I mean that deeper thing, the feeling of being fully here, fully alive, fully connected to something good. I feel like I've been practicing this for a few years now, just choosing joy, not because my life is perfect, it's not, but because I decided at some point that I wasn't going to wait for perfect circumstances to feel good about being alive. And we want to talk today about why that choice is actually harder than it sounds.
Yeah, so welcome back to Chasing Brighter. I'm Kelly. This is Jessica. And today we are talking about joy, what it actually is, why it takes courage, and what quietly gets in the way of women allowing themselves to fully feel it. So let's get into it.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, as we get started on this, Jess, I really want to talk through how we separate joy from happiness because they're different and they get conflated. I conflate them. So
Yeah.
happiness is reactive, something that makes you happy, something good happens, your mood lifts, where joy is more internal. It's not dependent on circumstances in the same way. So you can feel joy in the middle of a hard season. It's about finding ways to be joyful in certain ways. So it's this small, quiet moment, and it's more of like a grounded state as like a way of being present in your own life.
Yeah, and I think what we're talking about too is joy as a practice, which means that we
Yes.
orient toward it deliberately. It doesn't just happen, but we choose it. And so what that can look like is, we're going to say coffee, guys. It's going to have to do with coffee. We always have to plug in coffee somewhere. Like the iced coffee you actually notice and enjoy, right? The workout that belongs entirely to you. When you're having a moment with your child and you stay in that moment instead of just half leaving it for the next thing. And I think for some of us, allowing joy is a skill that we have to rebuild because we've spent so long in efficiency and management mode that the channel it gets rusty for
Mm-hmm.
me. And I know Kelly, because we're kind of on the same journey at the same time, but about 6 years of intentional self-work has allowed us to rebuild this muscle.
That's really great, Justin. I agree with all those things. The other thing I want to talk about is the fear of joy, because I think this is real too and not talked about enough. And we've talked about this a little bit sometimes in the JOMO, the joy of
Yeah,
missing out.
joy of missing out.
But there's something that happens where things are going well, and instead of sinking into this, like into it fully, maybe you start getting a little anxious, like you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. And joy as a warning sign almost. And I feel this so much. I felt this weekend. We were out at the lake house and we were on the jet skis and everything was fun. And like, there's these moments where it's like, I'm worrying about an unknown worry. And not letting myself truly feel joy in the moment. So the truth is,
Totally. And I think
yeah,
that it means that then we never fully inhabit the good things because like, we're a little bit separate from them
yeah,
because you're too busy managing the risk of losing them, right?
yes, yeah, exactly. And the research supports it, right? People who have more access to genuine joy tend to be more generous, more present, and more able to show up for others. Joy
Yeah.
is not a zero-sum resource. And I think that's really important to think about too, is you don't have to, having it doesn't take away from something else. So having it and being joyful in those moments doesn't mean you have to have a negative to balance it out. Choosing joy in a culture that prizes us on suffering, we know that being Catholic,
Yeah.
growing up Catholic, right? As evidence of like seriousness and that it actually takes something. And that's hard
Yeah.
to get around, you
And
know?
I think talking about being Catholic, right? There's a guilt dimension.
Yeah.
Is it okay to feel this much joy when other people are struggling? Is it selfish to be content? Joy with an asterisk, right? Like asterisk. I mean, I'm going to say that right. I don't even know how to say that word at this point. I don't know if that happens to you sometimes where you just start spiraling on the pronunciation of something.
You like
Asterisk,
forget how to say
asterisk,
a word. What's my name? Who am
asterisk.
I?
But, it's like joy and it's like, I can feel it, but ... But the truth is that people who have more access to genuine joy tend to be more generous, like you were saying, right? And that is so true. Choosing joy. I don't even know what's happening. I'm repeating everything you said. Let me pull myself together. I'm losing it, Kelly. I'm totally losing it.
Well, I feel like we're on
I'm
the
just
same
so
page.
joyful. Oh, my word.
I think,
Okay.
the whole underline here is choosing joy, right? And
Yeah.
not just because things don't have to be perfect. You
Yeah.
can choose joy in any way you are,
And
right?
it's totally like what we're saying, exactly what you're saying, like, and anchoring yourself in that I choose joy not because my life is perfect, but because I decided I wasn't going to wait for perfect to feel
Mm-hmm.
good. And so it's like my life is perfect. It will never be perfect. I have struggles just like everyone else, but I want to try to live in joy in every moment, especially, with I've lost a lot of people. You've lost a lot of people over the years, our contemporaries. And so it's like, I don't know how long I'm going to be on this earth. I have absolutely no idea. And so I just want to live in joy and try to absorb all of it and be present while I can. One thing that we love having fun is with fashion. So quick pause, because if you haven't grabbed our June download, I encourage you to go check it out. It is so much fun. We have a little printable that you can just screenshot or keep with you. And we are calling it the Joy Dressing Trend Cheat Sheet. And it's a one-pager, and you can find it at chasingbrighter.com/newsletter.
Yeah. So sign up for our newsletter, chasingbear.com/newsletter, and you will get it delivered right to your inbox, and your summer will thank you. So, how do we choose joy as a practice? What does that actually look like? Because I don't want to just sound like a greeting card and be like, oh, I choose joy all the time. It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's like, notice what makes you feel most alive and then treat those things as necessary, not luxury, not reward, necessary.
Mm.
And noticing like, hey, my life is measurably better when this is in it. So that's obviously working out for me, but something that is coming to my mind right now is that, my kids all kind of had different end of school year days. And so, but Dominic did have half days. And so I took all three of my kids out to lunch. I don't know if we've taken you to Sammy's Woodfire Grill. I hope I'm saying it right. Anyway, there's a Sammy's place very close to my work. And I took all three kids there, and it's so funny. Like, you're just having so much fun with your kids and you're laughing. And so I joke about Dominic's hand. Kelly, Dominic's hands are so big, right? And so he is like, his giant hand is like in my menu, pointing out he's so hungry, like all the things he has to eat. And he's like, we need to order this. I need to get truffle fries. And I'm like, well, are you sharing these? Like, Gabby's coming. And so he wanted to order like all of these appetizers, and he was so excited. And then Gabby came, and, we just had the giggles. And so Giovanni is like incredibly picky, which we all know. And so Giovanni was like, for the first time ever, he sits down, he reads a menu. He's like, doesn't complain. He's like, I'm getting chicken fingers. I asked the guy, do you have barbecue sauce? Yay, bam. Okay. The guy comes back. I just want to let you know we don't have chicken fingers. And like, out of all of the things in the whole restaurant, and he goes, I have chicken fingers. And like, Gio's face was like, I don't even know, like
Yeah.
pure shock, but also
Yeah.
like horrified, and like he was going to cut someone. And so he's like the least flexible of all the kids. And so we saw his face, and we just started laughing so hard, because it was just like, there's no way
You knew what
he
he
can
was
pivot.
thinking.
He
Yeah.
cannot pivot, right? And so we start laughing, and then we're like, okay, we'll just have like a burger, like the cheeseburger, but it has me nothing on it. We had to repeat like 5 times. He's like, do you want this on it? Like, can you just put a patty between 2 pieces
Cheese
of
and
bread?
yeah.
And so then he brings it, and then Gio doesn't eat any. He doesn't eat it. He just eats the French fries. And then the guy is like, I feel so bad. Like, I talked to the chef. Like, I am so sorry. I'll bring him more French fries because he does not take one bite of this little slider of this burger. He showed us a bite. Kelly, we were like inspecting with a magnifying glass because he told all of us he took a bite. And we're like, and I mean, he just ate the fries and ketchup. And so the guy was like, I feel horrible, like, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, listen, this is our life with this child. It's fine. He has to deal. He didn't scream or cry. He sat quietly. But like, I just look back on that lunch where we're just like, just having fun and just laughing and being together. And like, that is so joyful for me. I feel so grateful that I had a schedule, that I could take my kids out to lunch, that I have the money that that we could be at lunch together in the middle of the day and take them to this restaurant. And it was just like such a fun moment. So really also, I think what that looks like is making time for it and being present in that moment and not like waiting for the next thing, like being right there in the moment.
But it's being intentional about it, right? Like really choosing joy in that moment too, which I think is a great point. And because I guess that's the thing is we're all so busy and we're doing all these things and we're trying to get all this stuff done, but really taking these moments and really having it be true joy.
And putting it in your schedule. Like, so if it is like one of the things that we've talked about with parenting teens is teens want autonomy. So I think it gets very difficult when they're making their own plans, right? So it's hard to coordinate where everyone is. And so if, like, for my example, I like meals together, it's communicating with your family and putting that in your schedule and making sure that happens, right? Same with working out, which brings me a lot of joy. Commit to it the way that you would a work deadline.
Yeah.
Right? And protect them like you do meetings. And that is not selfish, but that's how you stay the person who can show up for everyone else.
Yes. So, I think for me, thinking about doing something, even this week for myself, has no productivity, no output, that maybe would feel vaguely guilty about doing. Maybe it's for me sitting by the pool for a while at the gym. And something that really, it's the idea of just being in it. I don't feel like I choose joy as often as I could or should right now. I think it's just getting ready to be your kids are like out of school. My kids are almost out of school. I feel like I'm trying to just kind of like hold it together to the end. And
so do you think right now your real over perfect moment is that you are inundated with this and this and this has to come this, that you're not carving out time for joy, or you're not feeling joy right now? Like you're kind of struggling.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I definitely think I'm struggling with the joy part. And I don't know if I think it's the end of the year because I feel like I'm just waiting for summer. Like I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I'm tired of waking up early and chasing the kids down and making sure everybody's doing what they got to do. And so I'm looking forward to, I think summer's going to be real full of joy. Also no schedules. That helps kind of lessen things sometimes. Now, I think that, again, it's a state of mind, right?
No, absolutely. I think like it doesn't mean joy. Like I think I have a sinus infection. I am like on a scale of 1 to 10 stressed 27 with graduation stuff. Like I think I shared with you, I want to send you pictures, but like we decided to do a baby bathroom remodel.
Oh yeah.
During all of this because Justin and I smoke crack. Because I shared this, Giovanni ripped the towel bar off the wall. So there's a big hole in the wall. So Justin patched it up and we tried to match the paint and we didn't match the paint. And so we're like, we have to paint the bathroom. And it is fun to be motivated to do something you've always wanted to do.
Yes.
Our bathroom on the first floor is like one of the last rooms that has not been remodeled. And it's builder standard and it's boring. And so that's tedious and adding stress. But I do love renovating. I love being creative. I love designing. And so instead of just like focusing on the tediousness of it, the way I live in joy is like, it's going to be what I want. And I know it will be worth it. And I'm kind of having fun with it. And I have to be really careful of my self-talk to not be stressed about it. But it doesn't mean that I'm not having moments of being tired or being overwhelmed, right? It's like I create space for those times too. And it is, a balance. And I think this is where so many of us get burnt out before summer ends, because it's like they're squeezing every single last second in there and it doesn't feel like you have time. And so I would say, if you feel, listeners, right now, that there is no time for joy, I would really look. I love what you said, Kelly, in one of our episodes about kind of like what's the next best step and what would make me feel 5% better, you know? And so is it like listening to your favorite song? When I need a boost, I listen to Smartless on Spotify, like listen to Smartless podcasts because it makes me laugh because they're silly. Is it like I'm obsessed with the banana bread matcha at Starbucks? Go get a little
Ooh,
pick-me-up
that
drink, you
sounds.
know? Kelly, I think you should go get that today. I'm telling you. Banana bread
I
matcha.
I
Try it.
think that
Do it.
there's a new matcha shop
Oh,
that's like a thing now, matcha shops.
yes.
And it's like all the rage on TikTok. So then
Yeah.
everybody's going to the TikTok
Yeah.
matcha shops. And so there's one by us. And I think that's because that is
Yes.
low caffeine, right?
It's basically dirt if you want to just put dirt in a cup.
Okay.
But if you put a thick layer of banana bread cold foam on top, it tastes like banana bread dirt.
I used to love banana bread beer. So I love banana bread.
Kelly, you got to try, and I put these little
Okay.
crunchies on. I actually bought for bring joy in my life, because I love various beverages, is I bought some dairy-free cold foam, and then I bought these little crystals, because why I love that drink at Starbucks is it has these little like caramel crystals on top, sugar on top. And so I bought some caramel crystals that I'm just going to start sprinkling on everything. Joy, I'll sprinkle
that
some on
sounds
you
good.
for some
Yeah.
joy.
Call them some joy sprinkles.
Joy sprinkles.
I love what you said, though, too, because maybe even though I'm not feeling very joyful, or if we're in moments where we're not feeling joy, to offer up opportunities to find joyful moments, which is really important.
A tiny little
Yeah.
moment of joy.
Because again, part of this is a practice, right?
Yeah.
You can be joyful in any moment. It's a practice, and you kind of have to choose to do it as we go here. So brighter moves for me is, name one thing that genuinely brings you joy. Because part of this, I think, also is a state of mind about how you're looking at things. It's specific, personal, not aspirational, something that actually makes you truly feel it.
Yeah.
And then ask, when did I last do this? When can I do it next? And put that, put it somewhere real. Make it happen.
Yeah.
How about you,
My
Jess?
brighter move is practice staying in a good moment this week. So when something genuinely lovely is happening, a conversation, a meal, a quiet evening, try to stay in it instead of half leaving. Half leaving is when we're thinking about what we have to do the next day, what we have to do later. I've got to do the laundry. I've got to clean up the dishes, whatever it is. Try to reel yourself back in to practice being in the present, and just add, 10 more seconds of presence. That's the practice.
And shut everybody out. I was thinking
Yeah.
about that too on this, right?
Yeah.
Like what you're talking about is have your moment and don't let other people's not lack of joy impact it as well. So
next week, we're closing out season 5, and Kelly and I are going to share what this season actually changed for us. Not the content, but the real shifts. And we have a summer invitation for all of you. You do not want to miss the finale.
yes, it is going to be a good one. So check us out every Thursday. Thank you for listening. Follow us on our blog at chasingbrighter.com. Don't forget to sign up for our newsletter, which is chasingbrighter.com/newsletter.
And don't forget to check us out on our socials at Chasing Brighter. Take care of yourselves and see you next week.